All right, it is 7 PM on Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. We're going to open the regular board meeting. Do roll call, please.
Yep, I have trustees Chris Samples,
Here.
John Talbot,
Here.
William Lutzinger,
Here.
Nathan Maz,
Here.
Jen Christensen,
Here.
Bill Motisi,
Here.
President Rick Worm,
Here.
Treasurer Brenda Onabany,
Here.
I Clerk Sandy Mazem here, Public Works Supervisor Brett Berge,
Here.
and Attorney Mark Heinley.
Yes.
It is a full house at 7:01. Would you please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I thank you. Read the items on the consent agenda, please.
Yep, tonight for approval on the consent agenda is item number 1, the August 10th, 2021 regular board meeting minutes. Item number 2, the bills payable warrant list dated September 14th, 2021. Item number 3 is ordinance number 2111, an ordinance amending chapter 4, article 3, alcoholic beverages of the Village of Davis Junction Municipal Code. Number 4 is resolution number 2141, a resolution amending the Village of Davis Junction personnel policy manual, section 13.07, park and flag raising rate of pay. Item number 5 is resolution number 21-42, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of ACH origination agreement between the Village of Davis Junction and Stillman Bank Corp. NA. Number 6 is resolution number 21-43, a resolution approving and authorizing execution of proposal from Buffalo Contracting for repair to Village Hall gutter, fascia, and soffit. Item number 7 is ComEd LED streetlight customer release.
At this time, do any of the board members wish to remove any of the items from the consent agenda for further discussion? Not hearing it, we will entertain the first motion.
I move to place agenda items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that all items be considered together as the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Jen makes a motion to place items 1 through 7 inclusive as a consent agenda. John seconds.
Jen,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:04. Second motion.
I move to adopt items 1 through 7 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedure specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to adopt items 1 through 7 inclusively as a consent agenda. Nathan seconds. Roll call, please.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
Motion passes also at 7:04. We do not need item C for removal of any items, or any removed items, I should say. Move to the report of the officers. Under president, we have the utility bill drawn. We'll go to our attorney. Just the address.
Okay, 1025 Northwestern Avenue.
Will be evicted.
Yeah.
Inside.
Thank you.
That is all that's under me this evening. We will move on to treasurer.
In your board packet, you'll see the August 2021 treasurer's report. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Clerk.
The only thing not on the agenda is I will not be here for the next 2 meetings. Brenda will be here in all of her technical glory, so she knows how to get a hold of me if something goes wrong. But so I anticipate them being light agendas. I have tried to plan appropriately.
So, sound working today?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I did. Penny Lamer IT came in and helped me get the computer back to the internet. So we're good to go again. We do have some more work to do on it, but it works for now.
All right. Thanks.
Anything further?
Nope.
Board of the attorney.
I don't have anything this evening other than to remind you, I don't know who is attending, but we've got the INL conference coming up, I believe it's next week. I think I saw, when I speak, I turned on Thursday evening, and so Glenn will be taking you out to some destination that you may be aware of that I'm not. at this point. I'm gonna invite him to double
You
book.
do work with David.
Anyway, so we look forward to seeing whoever is able to make it at that event. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you.
All right. One of the committee reports, community development and events.
I just have the discussion of the Halloween party being the in-person, or instead of an in-person doing a drive-through. Anybody has any questions? Or has any input?
I think I heard from Sarah that you have some times.
Yes, I did. She emailed me this morning and I emailed her, looking at like 3 to 5, and I decided, because in the last year I did 2 to 4. I'm thinking now we have this fall sports going on, so I'm gonna push it 3 to 5.
Any discussion yet on what we're gonna do for trick or treating times?
We're gonna do what we did last year. I did ask Sarah to look up what that was. I think it
Is
was
it
like,
4:30 to 7:30 or? is it
Yeah,
5 to
what-
8?
It's on a
Is it 5
Sunday.
to 8?
yeah, I told her
can't
to just
remember.
repeat exactly what we
It
did
was,
last
it
year.
was one of the two. And we may have went back to the 5 to 8. I'm trying to remember. I couldn't remember.
Thought that was kind of dark. I thought we.
Well, we had been flip flopping it for years and people kept complaining
Mhm.
that it was too early, then, you can't please everybody, so.
Nope.
I don't think they're gonna do what they want anyway.
Well,
Again, it is on a Sunday,
I'm just
so
saying.
Right,
Time
and
is a little
the thing is, it's not restricted,
Yeah,
it's just recommended hours. It's not saying you have to.
I know, I don't have kids that go trick or treating, so it matters not to me, and my wife loves to hand it out, so feel free to come by.
It was 5 to 8,
What do you
and
hand
we
it
did
out?
write on there,
I
those are
don't-
just suggested
Right.
hours.
I'm not doing it.
And it does, we did also recommend turning off your porch entry light if you did not want to participate during the suggested hours. So I told Sarah to repeat the same thing we did last year.
anything further?
I'm sure you're.
Nope, that is, yeah.
I don't give up.
That doesn't surprise me, John.
All right, finance,
Mark. you hand that to them.
Find out what I have.
I talked to you about it.
No emergency expenditures, Brenda?
We have none.
Okay. There is a discussion and possible approval for this resolution. Thank you. Actually, Sandy can just explain it. She's got all the details.
Sure. So during the storms a couple weeks ago where we had the damage to Village Hall, there was also one of our trees that fell onto a resident's home. And so we obtained a quote and they've obtained a quote and they have agreed to settle the damage on their home for the amount of the quote that we received. So that's all this is just settling that up. Yes, John?
I'm just trying to picture where this is.
It's across.
It's on the
from
resolution.
Corporation.
What was the 1994 stuff? Never mind.
And it's our tree because
Thought
it
I read
was,
something in there that said-
I went through an
Not amount.
extensive conversation with
I didn't
this
think it
about
worked that
easement
way.
and right of way.
I didn't think. it
That is a
worked that
right
way.
of way. It is
It
not
does
an
when you're a
easement.
municipality. It does not when it's two residents to each other.
Hmm.
Brent, Fergie and I learned that.
Yeah, I-
the hard way.
I
always
spent
thought-
hours on the conversation about right of way and easement.
Oh.
It's a
oh,
right of way. It's our right of way. We own it. We're an easement as property owners where it's just an accessible to the utility company, whoever the easement is granted
Well,
to, or the village.
They
So
totaled,
it is our property.
totaled the tree?
No,
We're gonna also work on the tree, but this is to do the damage to the home.
this is to repair the home,
Yeah.
which in turn we are going to survey the pins in the right of way.
on
We
the-
can identify our property. And at that point, I've asked Brett to get quotes to remove them. Because it's just gonna continue at this point,
Yeah, that was- yeah,
so.
didn't know it worked that way.
The 1994 date you're referring to in there is that property is held in trust. So that's the date of their
Oh.
trust.
All right, I got you.
So this resolution is simply just to repair the damage to the home.
We've already taken out several trees, right? this year.
Not there.
No, I know, I'm not just saying.
Last one.
Yeah.
We've been removing, trees that are
So the,
old and damaged.
the proposal we asked him to get is to remove either the one tree that's dying, the one that blew over, and a proposal to remove all of them in the right of way. Now, the remainder of them are fairly healthy, but they are like legitimately within feet of homes and bedrooms, and the next time one falls, we might not be as lucky as this minimal repair is. So there's a liability, in my opinion, on the trees in the right of way in proximity to these homes. So that'll be something we have to factor when we get the quote on what it would cost to remove, whether we want to proceed in that function or not. This is simply just to repair the house. Or provide them funding to go through their insurance.
Yeah.
For them to repair their house.
We don't.
Clears us the liability after this, so. Any questions on that? I make a motion to approve resolution number 21-45, a resolution approving and authorizing execution. Wrong one, sorry. Make a motion to approve resolution number 21-44, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a release and settlement agreement.
Second that.
William makes a motion to approve resolution number 21-44. John seconds. Is there any discussion?
I didn't hear John.
What?
I didn't hear John second it.
I actually heard both of you.
You
from
did?
the speaker. Yeah.
Whoever you want to give it to, Sam.
Oh.
I'm friendly with you.
You already said, John, I have to use it.
Oh.
I've been locked up tight.
Yep.
Now it's changing its mind here. Maybe I have to scroll now. Hey, how about that?
You know,
Get caught up.
You're in my minutes.
Scrolled way up.
There you go. Nope, you were right there.
Stay right there. Okay, perfect. Love technology. Working good.
You need a roll call on
We
the-
do need roll call.
All right.
There is no discussion.
John,
Yeah.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes,
Bill.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-13. Anything else, William?
No, just as I said, I asked Brett to have the right of way pinned, and then we can identify what is in our right of way, and then we'll have the discussion about how to proceed and when, and what the village wants to do at that point. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large trees total, maybe 6 or 7.
If you go all the way to the tracks, there's at least 6 or 7.
Yeah, okay. Nothing else.
All right, ordinance enforcement.
Just a regular activity. We got some letters going on. That's it.
Anything further? Parks?
Nate and I will be meeting with Fairgram either later this week or earlier next week, and I should have an update where we're at on those pond issue or pond costs. That's all I have.
Okay, streets?
The only thing we've got right now is hopefully the 27th, we'll begin crack filling. So we always look forward to that time of the year.
That's it for street.
Yes.
All right, utilities?
All right, we got a couple things. Kind of go together, I guess, right? So,
Sure, absolutely.
I guess one is not greater than the other. But it's a discussion and a possible approval of the resolution number 2145. What this is discussing is removal of some biosolids and in a nutshell, getting rid of our waste in a different way than we are now. And in potentially saving us some money in the long run. It's not a guarantee, but the thought is that it'd be a better way of getting rid of our waste than we do the solids. With that, we are going to need to repair a harvester pump in the wastewater treatment plant. And I think that kind of very vaguely goes over. You can describe some more if you want to, details of the.
If anybody has any questions on the land app itself, otherwise, the pump that Nathan's referring to, we priced these. So the harvester, the big blue tank out there, has mixing pumps. Unfortunately, when those were built, designed, they're actually basically water lubricated pumps. So as you're using them, they're putting clear water into the tank that we have sludge in that we're trying to keep thick. So we got prices a couple of years ago to repair, I shouldn't say repair, upgrade, if you will, the two pumps that are in the harvester. We ended up not doing the upgrades because we didn't plan on using the harvester unless it was an emergency. We kind of switched gears. We went to hauling with the contractor. So we're like, instead of putting $24,000 into pump upgrades, we'll save the money. Well, unfortunately, and I shouldn't say unfortunately, because this might be a really good thing for us, Land App. We need to make the repairs or upgrades, however you want to look at it, on one of those pumps. The price in 2019 was just over 11,000 per pump. So obviously things have gone up. We are working on getting updated pricing right now. So that is so we can switch and we're no longer injecting clear water into the harvester, which we then in turn have to get up there with the pump, decant it out because we don't want to pay to get rid of clear water. So as I do get those prices, we'll bring those to the board, but it is kind of a necessary thing to do this the right way, the most efficient way, and biggest thing, the safest way. So,
The land, the biosolids.
yes.
That's as opposed to the pressings that we used to do, right?
Well, it's actually, yeah, you are correct. It's opposed to the pressing and it's opposed to hauling to Rock River or DeKalb sewer plants. This is actually going to be wet hauled and go straight to a field. This is what I've been told, and I'm sure Rick and Brenda and everybody else that's been on the board long enough, is what the plant I'm being told was quote unquote designed to do was to wet haul. But back in the day, there were no fields, there were nobody to do it. We stumbled across this company that said, absolutely, I'll come that far out west. He's from Woodstock. Have references. Our operator has worked with him, said he is phenomenal. He's quick. He's already got land out here. So this might be an awesome thing because we are currently paying 17 cents a gallon
As opposed to 7.
as opposed to 7. So just a quick history so you understand why. When we pressed last time, basically it cost us about 12.5 cents a gallon. We hired a contractor to just basically haul that sludge to one of the, well, at that time it would have been Rock River because I don't think DeKalb was accepting. And he basically matched the price. So why go through all the headache of pressing and hoses and generators and all that kind of stuff when you'll haul it for the same price? Well, times have changed, prices went up. We're now at basically 17 cents a gallon because everybody's raising their prices. And this came along, so this could be a very awesome thing.
If you're ever out at the wastewater treatment plant, on the east side of the plant, over by the UV, you'll see a gate that goes off to the east. That was the original landowner that they were going to try to get involved with land applying. The problem is it's
Okay.
the lowest land in the area.
Yeah, not good.
No, so it needs to be higher land.
Yes, yes.
So that's the whole theory behind land applying and the history behind it wasn't very good.
Yes, and just also one thing I didn't mention because I didn't have the numbers, Nathan. We will have to do permitting for this. We'll have to permit the ground and everything. I did speak with McMahon, with our operator, who's obviously affiliated with McMahon. They're saying basically $3,500 or less, depending on how much legwork has to go in. They'll do the permit, they'll complete everything, do all the legwork for us to get that land permitted and everything. And then we will have to go out for a sludge analysis. I don't have pricing on that yet. We're working on it, but that has to be done no matter what. That has to be done if you go to the landfill, if we press, that's just what has
It's
to
gonna
be
be the
done.
same cost regardless, right? Or?
Yeah, sludge
similar
analysis
cost.
is a sludge analysis.
Right.
It takes time. It's, you know, I'm not even gonna shoot a number out there because I don't know. We're working on the price on that.
Are we gonna have the 525 to 625 he's thinking we will? Because that.
Only time will tell. It depends on loading. It depends on, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into that, but we're
As long as
hoping,
he's okay with it, I'm.
yeah, we're hoping that we will have close to that basically. So what we will do, not to drag this out, but what we will do is we will haul and empty our plant out one last time this year. This winter, like we always do before weather gets cold and we don't want to be dragging hoses and stuff. We'll empty out the same way we're doing it. We'll have our contractor haul the sludge, empty out. And then once we're empty, we then start collecting and holding sludge until the end or fall of 22. So that's kind of how this game is going to be played. So. That's basically it for that, unless there's any questions or I missed something.
Two notes from the attorney's chair, if I may, real quickly.
Yes, I
Um,
just had a request from the public. Can you make sure you're talking into your mic?
Yes, is it on?
Yes, it's already on. Just
Thank
gotta
you.
talk into it.
Okay, so the two notes, one is, I know there is some uncertainty as to the ultimate price based on the amount of sludge that we applied. So just to cover our bases, based on the estimates given and running at 7 cents a gallon, it looks like it's probably likely to exceed $25,000. So for that reason, the motion that is made should ultimately be a motion to waive competitive bidding and authorize entry into this contract. So note that the waiver of competitive bidding, and then we need 4 trustees to be on board with that in order to go forward. That's just to cover our bases. I know there's some uncertainty as well as total cost. The other note, we started to throw this into the 11th hour. Hopefully Don will be open to this. But given that this is a contract for a 2-year term, I have some language I've proposed, just a quick clause to throw in at the end of the first sentence. When it lists the term of the contract as being 2 years, I would propose that the motion be to approve this subject to the following additional language that would be inserted after 1/1/24 at the end of the first sentence. Subject to early termination without penalty by the village in the event that the village fails to appropriate funds. Period. What that does is that protects the village over the course of a 2-year contract in case a future board decides to go in a different direction. It protects the village from allegations that this board is binding, a future board through a multi-year action. It's not permissible. So that modest addition, if they're willing to accept it, would
Is it subject to early termination by the village board?
Are we even gonna have a
Without-
changeover in the board in 2 years?
I don't know, but you're
A
limited
year?
to you're limited to 1-year contract through the prior appropriations rule. So this,
Oh,
tossing this language will
2.
protect you.
Well,
Something,
1.5 years. I'm sorry, Mark.
It's less than 2.
yes, subject to early termination without penalty by the village in the event that the village fails, declines, whatever, to appropriate funds. And then just a side practical note, I see that they've got a pricing per gallon for 2024. The contract, my reading is that it doesn't actually extend to 2024. Maybe that's a binding. If we choose to renew, they're gonna honor that price. I'm not sure. But that third line of pricing applies to a term that isn't actually within the timeframe of the contract. It looks like it expires on 1/1/24, so it wouldn't include the 20.
I can't speak for Brian Dom. So I don't
No,
know.
but we can approve it with that language, and if he agrees to it, then we could.
Like I said, I can't speak for the contractor.
Alright.
I could have called him earlier today, but yeah, obviously I can't now, so.
All right, so we're going to revisit this.
You can make the motion now.
Okay.
Then the question is whether he's gonna agree to it or not.
We'll make the motion upon approval of said changes, correct? I'm sorry, timing out here. For resolution number 2145-45, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of the biosolids land application services and agreements between the Village of Davis Junction and Dom Enterprises Incorporated, along that they accept the changes that our attorney has suggested in the update.
And to waive the competitive.
And to waive the competitive agreement for the next 2 years,
Competitive bidding.
betting for the next 2 years.
Nathan makes a motion to approve resolution number 21-45 and to waive competitive bidding for the next 2 years with the additional language in section 1/1/24, adding the language, subject to early termination without penalty by the village if the village fails to appropriate funds. Who seconded? John seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Nathan,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yeah,
Bill,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:26.
And then the harvester pump, do I need to have that put on for next time, or what do we need to?
I don't know that. we
I'm working on the pricing
Pricing,
on it,
okay.
yes.
Maybe 2
So,
weeks.
Soon as I can get that,
Put it on next week for discussion.
soon as I can get that.
Discuss prices.
As soon as he tells me he's
I
got them.
understand. Placeholder. Anything further?
I don't, the information I'm waiting on for something else just hasn't come yet, so.
Anyone have anything on economic development?
Is there an anticipation when Love's truck stop will open?
They said 6 months when I started building.
Is that when they broke ground, you mean, or?
When they started.
Wow.
They are moving right along.
They are moving quick.
Yeah, they moved that up.
They were making one big dust cloud out there today. I could see it from 251.
Mhm.
Oh, we will probably be selling some water for that build as well. I was contacted a week or two ago from someone coming up from the south that'll haul water. Basically, I think he said to keep the tanks from floating or something. So don't know how much. He's gonna reach out to me as the time gets a little closer. So
There will be Godfather's Pizza there, so keep that in
I
mind.
love Godfather's Pizza.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, burn it with them, huh?
All right, we'll move on to public. Everybody looks at Glenda's name, like we can see her.
Sometimes there's people's faces up there.
Glenda, did you have anything?
No, other than 90% of your meeting, I didn't hear because people weren't speaking into their mic.
Glenda, I actually listening to the meeting at the same time. I'm gonna have to swing by and see you on a personal note about your speakers because I can hear it through my headset.
Yeah, I can hear him, but I can't hear him clearly.
Yeah,
Rick comes through real good when he speaks into his mic. The lawyer, I didn't hear at all.
yeah, that's what
Oh.
I said.
It was tremendous.
I'll come see you on a personal level later. and We'll fix it for you.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at my speakers. It's probably on my end.
Did you,
With the
need-
way technology's been here today, Glenda, why not?
do you need closed session?
Yes.
Anything further, Glenda?
No, that's it. Thank you, though.
All right. We will take the motion for closed session.
I'll make a motion going to closed session under 2C6, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body.
Second,
Don makes a motion to go into closed session under section 2C6. That's what it says, right? Yep. Jen seconds. Is it roll call in?
Yes,
'Cause we're still under the rules.
even if not, it's closed
Yep.
session. Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
yes.
Bill,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
and the time.
It is 7:29.